about d5, e5, c5? Or the Budapest, c4? The Budapest defense, the Howard Stern defense. Is that what you could call it? Somebody tweet at Howard Stern and let him know that the Budapest defense is being played right now. Tweet at him. He is a big Budapest defense player, if you didn't know. There's knight e4, there's knight g4. I prefer knight g4, just making sure I get this pawn back. But I'm going to experiment with knight e4, actually. Now what? Alrighty, bishop c5 forces this, otherwise bad things happen to king. Actually, I'm gonna... Actually, I don't know if this is right. I think maybe I should have thrown in a check or something first. I might not get this pawn back. Or no, this is probably still book. I think, okay, no, I'm recalling something. If bishop plays here, I think the move is f6. With some sneaky things to follow, like if pawn takes, I take with the queen. I'm hitting the bishop, I'm hitting the pawn. There's possibility for bishop checks, okay, and now that's ruled out, so forget about it. But what about still pawn push here? Oh, man. Okay, well, if I play bishop c5, white says, you know what, e3, so much for your threat, and then is in a position to play b4. So if I really want to play my bishop here, after e3, I think I'll need to be playing a5. Actually, I think I want to play a5 right now. I totally messed this up. This is so wrong. This is definitely wrong. I should have just played knight g4 and got that pawn back. Oh well. What do you do? My knight's going to get hit. Let's go here. Oh, man. Okay, I'm doing this because I have ideas of actually a4 and knight c4 to b3. And I might want to do that really soon. Let's do it. Maybe one day there's actually a rook up and over idea. My knight is unprotected. If you're looking at this position and not seeing this knight as maybe being vulnerable in some way, you should. It's a problem. Bishop back, what do I have? Nothing. I might have to go with the pawn sack. Might have to play this as a gambit instead of just trying to regain this guy. And I could do that with just d6. Pawn takes, bishop takes. And then maybe there's something crazy against the king. I could get this light square bishop. Should I, though? I'm going to set up some sneaky stuff. Maybe I have something against the king. Knight here was also a move I could have run with. The thing I'm setting up is pawn takes, bishop takes. I have a nasty threat of just knight takes bishop, followed by bishop takes pawn. So I'm regaining this material. Knight takes. Knight takes or pawn takes? Well, I'm foreseeing that this knight is going to play to c3. And I would like to... I would like to be able to be in a position where I could play c6 to watch over both jumping points from that knight. So, in other words, maybe I should be taking with my knight. I have this knight off the board, so my pawn could push to c6 to defend against the knight playing to either one of these two. However, if I recapture with my knight, I'm giving up center. I'm giving up my center, and maybe there's a knight move here, and then I get pushed around. I'm going to go with this. I want to keep my center. And I'm saying with this capture now that, well, actually by force, if white really wanted to do it, I'm going uncastled here. I have to. If I take with the knight, I'm dropping this guy. So, if I'm in check... Oh, that's not good. What happened there? Was my opponent forgetting that move? En passant? If the rook gives check, I just block here. And then follow up with king e7. It's a comfortable spot for my king. Everything is glued together. And this is turning out to be a disaster now for white. This is really tough. This is up a pawn. What just happened with that? I'm up material. These pawns are split. My rook jumps to life. The bishop has to run backwards, and the rook that can't play to this file. A complete domino effect. Just with dropping a single pawn. Bishop development, piling up on this guy. Is white thinking about getting this guy back? That's not going to be easy. Bishop here or here? Or none of the above. Here. I want to play my bishop to d6 and king to e7. 2 moves ahead. Actually, I guess that was a quick 3. Just figuring things out. f6, bishop here, king here. That's as far as I'm taking it. This guy, everything's defended. Actually, once I have bishop here and king here, everything is protected except for this. But that's not accessible. I could grab that pawn, but I don't want to work myself into a pin. I guess I could take it with the rook, but there's no rush with it. Could take it on my next turn. And then quickly get out of a pin with king to e7. Okay, knight incoming right here. Maybe I should have grabbed that pawn. Maybe. Okay, well, let's get my knight doing something. And the main thing here is I want to watch out for this d5 square. Knight d5, I'm in a spot to just take. This knight is boxed out as long as I maintain this structure. These two negate this guy. What might he do? Not a whole lot. What might he do? Well, I guess here, since there's a few pieces on this diagonal. This diagonal is shut down because of this structure. So if anything, the bishop here is running through my mind, and also this knight. And this is probably the most active piece right now for white, and the one I'm most concerned about. This is something I wanted to do earlier, and now I could do it. c6, taking into account this knight. And bad things happened in this game on the b3 square. I think this was just turned out to be a bit of a blind spot for white. b3, bad things happened on b3. Let's get out of the pin. I'm on the rook. I could have also taken the rook, but there's no rush. This is plenty of material. Still no rush. And let me just take here. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's go with this. I just gave back the material. Did you catch that? I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's just run fast. Run fast. Why'd I give that material up? I had a rook. I had a minor piece. Just want to play here. Kick those knights around if a knight goes here first. Pins. Pin city. Big trouble. I did that rook lift to defend that pawn. Let's come back over. Back rank. Back ranker. You take me, I take you. You have to defend on B. What's it going to be? Rook block, bishop pair, connect to pass pawns, no time. Resign. Alright, good game. Let's back up. I shouldn't have, I messed that up. That ending, no doubt. But oh, let's see here. I know knight e4 is a move, but yeah, I don't know. Knight g4 is also a move. I'll probably going with that next time if I even play this at all. Yeah, I think there's I think a3 is fine. I think you should really just tuck that bishop back. And another thing you could do is just say, you know what? No. Right at this point, when I play a5, say no. You know what? You're not going to play a4 and clamp down on this a and b pawn structure. You could just play b3 yourself. So you could look into that move maybe. And also just bringing that bishop back to c2. Don't allow this knight for bishop exchange. Come back, watch over b3. I think that's also going to be very important. Because maybe I should be doing that myself right now. After you castle, okay, what happened? You played your bishop out, I played my knight to c5, and you castled. If you're not playing your bishop back to c2, I could be playing knight here, and how uncomfortable is it for your rook to play to a2? It's completely out of position. So look into bishop c2 right there, and also just saying, you know what, grab that pawn and make me show some compensation for it, and I think I do have some compensation for it, or maybe I don't. Pawn takes, bishop takes, maybe you could push forward in the center and get your bishop out in this direction. I think that's a way to go. As soon as I regain that pawn, I think I'm standing better now. Even though I'm uncastled, this right here is very valuable, having this lockdown on that structure and having a support point on b3. And, well, you can't do that pawn move. So right here, I think really look into pawn takes, bishop takes, and then e4 with your bishop to come out, with your knight to come out, and I think you're standing better. I mean, maybe I could be getting your light square bishop and the position is opened up, but you're still holding on to a pawn and saying, you know, show me where that compensation is.